Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and congratulations to everybody who entered our hunt before the closing date. It is now over, the not hunt, but the PBN puzzle packs from the PBN Institute on Patreon. Well done to you if you had a go at those. Loads of other content on Patreon. Talking of donations, I do want to thank Spaniel Woman, who's been donating $3 Australian every time we post a gas video. As a super thanks on the chat in the comments under the video. So thank you very much, Spaniel Woman. We will of course be returning to gas every 4 or 5 days, and delighted to do so. But today's puzzle, well, I'm not saying it's not genuinely approachable, I'm just saying we're not categorizing it as that. We'll get to that in a moment. I do still need to mention the apps, the merchandise, Sven's SUDOKU pad, the Discord server. They're all on the links under the video. You can check them out there, please do. And thank you for kind comments, etc. Now, yes, this puzzle came in from Oddly Even, and it's not normal Sudoku rules apply today. It is programmers Sudoku rules apply, apparently. The message that we got from Oddly Even says, every programmer knows that numbering begins at 0, and therefore we're not filling the grid with 1 to 9, we're filling it with 0 to 8. So we place the digits 0 to 8 once each in every row, column and box, and it is a normal arrow Sudoku apart from that. Digits on arrows must sum to the digit in that arrow's circle, so these 3 digits sum up to that one. And that's it. No given digits in the grid, not even a 0. Yeah, I mean, I'm fascinated. I didn't know that programmers all thought that numbering begins at 0. That would certainly have surprised the ancient Romans and Greeks, who had no number for 0. They had obviously a concept of nothingness, but it's intriguing that they didn't have a digit or a representation of 0 in their numbering system. I read that was invented in India about 500 years after the Roman Empire, which is fascinating. So intriguing. In fact, I did also read that the Italians were quite reluctant to add 0 into the Romans' heritage numbering system, and in somewhere in the 13th century, they passed a law that the numbers, you weren't allowed to use a digit for 0, which is fabulous. That's quite like the Indiana Pi Bill, where somebody tried to redefine pi as 3.2 in Indiana, which is a fantastic concept. Yes, anyway, let's not worry about the higher maths of that. Let's also not worry about the fact that I've noticed one arrow here doesn't quite reach its circle. That is something that once you've seen it, you cannot unsee it, but there we go. Anyway, maybe I'll fix that before I show you the grid, or before I share this grid with you. But the first link under the video is to the grid that I'm solving on, whether or not the top arrow touches its circle. Anyway, enough blather, let's get cracking. So, how do we start this thing? Well, you see, okay, I mean, the first thing I'm thinking about using the digits 0 to 8 is, isn't it the same as using the digits 1 to 9, but subtracting 1 from every one? I did a puzzle before, probably over 2 years ago. Yeah, Simon set me up with a puzzle in which he didn't tell me the trick that rather than using 0 to 8, you could just... Oh, no. You could just use 1 to 9 and then do a sort of placeholder replacement of the whole grid. That was a thermo, I think. Yes, of course, I hadn't understood this. This won't work for an arrow puzzle because, I'm sorry, this is total digression. But if, for instance, that was 5, 4, 1 there, it's not the same if you add 1 to every digit. That doesn't work anymore as an arrow. Okay, so I'm sorry, Oddly Even, you have clearly created a puzzle entirely based on this programmer's numerical system that only works in that, and I hadn't understood that until now. Anyway, so we're going to have to use a whole new concept of 0 to 8. Now that gives us a whole new secret that I can share with you. that the sum of every row, total, and box in this puzzle is 36, not 45, because that's the sum of 0 to 8. And I think that's going to matter here. Yeah, it is. Well, okay, it's not that the box total is 36, but yeah, look at this segment of arrows. Let's just colour them blue for now. Those 3 arrows add up to some number that is the same as the total of their 3 circles. That is just a given. That's how arrows work. But these 7 digits, yeah, they're all different. Now, they don't have to be 1 to 7. They could be 0 to 6. And that would add up to 21. These don't have to be anything at all. They could both be zeros. So we're still on a minimum of 21. But it's lucky we are, because the maximum in this puzzle for 3 cells in a row is 21. 8, 7 and 6. They're the highest numbers we can have. So that must be an 8, 7, 6 triple. This blue area also adds up to 21. Let's get rid of the colours now. And therefore, since we know that the minimum for this area is 21, these two are zeros. It's great that Sven has given us the functionality to use 0. And this group is 0 to 6, making 21. And these two are 7 and 8. So we're away. Now, 0 can't be in those cells. Oh, so it's not on this 3-cell arrow, which adds up to 6, 7 or 8. So by the normal arrow combinations that I do know, there must be a 1 on that arrow. If there's no 0 on it and it adds up to 6, 7 or 8, there must be a 1 on it. This arrow's 7 or 8. So yeah, there's no 0 on that arrow. So there is a 0 on a 2-cell arrow with another 0 adding, that's interesting. So whichever the 2-cell arrow that has the 0 on also has a 6 on, because it can't have a 7 or 8 on in this box. 0, 0 and 6 adds up to 6, or 0, 0. Yeah, no, that is it. 0, 0 and 6 adds up to 6. So one of those 2 arrows is 6 and that one isn't. So now this adds up to 7 or 8. No, I can't put another number on it. I can't choose where 5 goes. No, okay, I'm a bit stuck. This arrow does not have a 0 on it, and it's 3 cells. So it's definitely got a 1 on it, because it can't add up again to more than, it must add up to at least 6 this time. Now I've been scared to put 6 on a 3-cell arrow. This one, for instance, I daren't put 6 on, because they don't have to be 1, 2 and 3. They could have a 0. In fact, what do these 5 cells add up to? Yeah, this is connected. These 2 cells can no longer be 7 or 8. That one can't even be 6. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to put in there is 5, 4 or 3, because this, which can't have a 0 on, is either 1, 2 making 3, 1, 3 making 4, or either of the 2 combinations making 5. That can't have a 6 on because of the 6, 7, 8 triple. This can't have 7 or 8 on. No, I was going to work out what these 5 add up to. Remembering they can have a 0, they can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, adding up to 10. But the maximum for these two is 11 because of the 7, 8 pair, 6, 5. So there's only 1 degree of freedom there. So these are either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 0, 1, 2, 3, 5. And they definitely include 0, 1 and 2 in that group of cells. These two add up to, they add up to at least, what is it? 14. No, I'm talking nonsense. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. They add up to at least 10. And no more than 11. So this one is 5 or 6, I suppose. Well, how could it be 5? They can't get up to 10. And 5, 4 even. No, that's not allowed because these add up to at least 10. Yes, these have to add up to at least 10. But they can't use 8 or 7. So they're either 6, 4 or 6, 5. And the only place we can put a 6 is there. That is a 6. This is 4 or 5. That's so weird, the way this works. And there is a 0. There has to be a 0 in this group of cells. It's not there because of this 0. So the 6 has a 0 on it. And then either 2, 4 or 1, 5. If it's 1, 5, that's a 2, 3 pair. Yeah, it's intriguing. Now, where do 6... Well, first of all, yeah, this isn't 7 or 8. Actually, it's not 6 either. 6, 7 and 8 are in these cells. How do I know that that isn't 6? Because that circle can't be 6, 7 or 8. And even if that was a 0, 6 plus 0 is 6, and that would break it. So actually, 0, 1, 2 and 3 are in that group. So this is 4 or 5, plus something to get to 4 or 5. The something must be 0 or 1. Yeah, I think that works. Now, what else have we got? Have we got anything coming out of this? Oh, that can't be 6. So there's this can't be 6. Yes. So this is 6. This is where the 0, 6 pair goes. Because there is a 0 on an 8. Yes, that's right. That is right. I explained that earlier. Now, this is 7 or 8. We've got a 4, 5 pair here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 0, 2. No, it's not 0. It's 2 or 3. We've got a 7, 8 pair in the column, a 4, 5 pair in the column, and a 6. So we've only got 0, 1, 2, and 3 left. 0 is confined to those cells in this box. And 1 is in those cells. So this is 2 or 3, and it's making a total of 7 or 8. This can't be 6. So it's 4 or 5. Okay. And the remainder, the other pair and 1 are in that total. I don't know what to do with that. Now what's going on here? This is... Okay, these two pairs of digits, 0, 1, 2 and 3 is just about possible. If you had the 0 there and then the 1 there, yeah. So that adds up to 6. Plus, that can't be 0, so it must be 1 at least. This can't be. If there's a 0 there, that's a 1, so that would have to be at least 2. Maybe there's a way for them both to be 1. No, then you couldn't put a 1 up here. So, okay, at least 1 and 2 in these cells. Plus the 6 here is 9. And that's twice, because there's 2 arrows from this circle, and that's twice. 9, at least 9 is twice whatever is in here. So this has to be at least a 5. Could be a 5 though. If that was a 5, these lot add up to 10. Yeah, I think that can work. This, I mean, what about 6, 7, 8 as a triple block? Whatever that is. I don't know. I was wondering if I could either rule 7 or 8 out of or into this cell. I don't see how I do that. Oh, hang on. I don't think I've made the most of the fact that these two are in the same column. Oh, I tell you what I could have done. I could have done the same as we did down here, where I took that blue block, not quite that blue block, and worked out the totals. If I take this blue block and include that cell, and I'm only able to add up to including the 6, otherwise it doesn't get anywhere. Okay, let's make those yellow. Let's get rid of the yellow we had over there. These add up to 15, and that's a given now. And this group of cells adds up to 15, and that's a given. Ah, so this is a 0. Oh, that's clever. Now this can't be 0, and this can't be 0. But also these can't be 0. Oh, this has got huge in a hurry. This is at least 1, 2, 3, 4 now. In fact, where does the 0 go in this box? I think it's got to go here. You can't put it in the circle. And you can't possibly put it there, because then you'd have the same digit on the arrow as in the circle. You know, that's fine on this arrow, but it wouldn't work in the same box. And that's one of the reasons why my idea of adding 1 to every digit in a 1 to 9 Sudoku is complete bobbins. Yes, 0 must be there. Now, these add up to at least 1, 2, 3, 4 is 10. These must be another pair of 1s. In fact, I don't think they can both be 1s, because one of the 1s is here. So let's say 2 and 1, 13. And that means that this is at least twice that. So this is now 7 or 8 and forms a triple, forms a pair in the box. It means 7 and 8 appear in those cells. Got that triple. Is that any use? These add up to at least 10. But what's this? This is twice whatever's in here. Now, if this is an 8, that's 16. 10 there is 26. This adds up to a lot more than 10, because I can't... Okay, I'm looking at the maxima for these cells, and that is an 8 here, doubled to 16, plus 7 there is 23. Then I have... That is the maximum in those cells, if you include that as well. Adding a 0 in doesn't make any difference. So we're still up to 23. That means the minimum for these is 13. Plus, well, at least 2 1s. It doesn't really matter. I think it can't be only 2 1s, but at least 2 1s here gets us to 15, and that gets us past the point where this can be a 7. So that's an 8. That's very clever. Okay, well, that's getting a lot done. That puts 8 here. Oh, I've just seen that arrow gives me a 6 or 7 there. 8 there makes that 7, makes that 8. Doesn't tell me what these are, but 7. Oh, still 2 possibilities. Oh, does that really not unwind these arrows? I thought it was going to. I can't believe that's all it does. Right. Okay, 8 though here is not 0 plus 8, 7 plus 1 or 6 plus 2. It's 3 plus 5. Right. That fixes this arrow. 4 there, 3 there. Now this adds up. This has become a 4 thanks to the 3 5 pair. That makes this a 1 3 pair for definite. Oh, this has become a 5. That's the way to get here. We get a 5 there, so we can take out 1 3 and 5. This is a 0 2 4 arrow making 6. That can't be 4. It's a 2. That's now a 0 4 pair that I can't resolve. 5 there fixes 3 and 5. 1 and 2 are the remaining pair in the central box. That's also a 1 or a 2. This is a known number. It's a 5. Right, this is a 1 2 5 triple. 5 can't be down the middle column. So 5 goes there. 1 2 pair. This is now a 6 7 8 triple. Now, what about this 8 thing? Now, this will... I don't think... Oh, well, look, you've got 8 there, so this can't be an 8. So where can you put 8 in this box? That's the simple question. Can't be on an arrow leading to a bigger number, so it must be in the circle. It obviously can't be on an arrow leading to an 8 either, because none of these could be 0, 8, 0. So we get 8 there. Now I'm actually wondering where 7 goes as well. I think 7's going to go here. Let's do the maths again. The maximum here is 6. Well, no, that total is definitely 16. Then if that was the maximal 7, that's 23. These would have to add up to a minimum of 13. Now these, let's make them orange, they definitely add up to 16 because of that 8. So if those add up to 13, then these would have to be a 1 and a 2. They can't be zeros because they're looked at by zeros. And if these add up to the minimum of 13, then one of them is a 1, is pointing at one of these cells, and that does mean they can't both be 1s, and they do have to be a 1-2 pair. However, there is one alternative that I've just thought of. These could add up to 14, not using a 1, and be 2, 3, 4, 5, allowing these to both be 1s. And in that case, this might be 1, 7, and that would be a 6. And I can't instantly rule that out. So I'm glad I thought of it, because I nearly logically proved it wasn't happening. Right, what's this digit? It's not 8, 3, 5, 6 or 7 or 0. 1, 2 or 4. Oh, come on, let's go somewhere else in the puzzle, because I absolutely blew myself thinking about that. Right, 0 there, 0 there, that's a 0. That's just Sudoku. Can't finish off the zeros at all. No. Okay, 5, 6, 8, 0. There's a 4 in one of those two cells. If it was there, that's a 1, 3 pair. Oh, maybe I should think about this business. Yes, where does 7 go? Oh no, I don't know. It could be on the arrow, or it could be there. It can't actually be in those places, because the minimum total would be 9 then on those arrows. Oh, I need to think it through again. It's a very interesting idea, this. Well done, oddly even. I like it a lot. But I need to figure it out still. It's an intriguing puzzle. Right, 8 there, 8 there. 8 is in one of those two cells. These are all from 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'm going to have to figure this out. I don't think I can go anywhere else. Let me just check. This is the same digit. Yeah, it doesn't help. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure these arrows out. Now, I was speculating, and I think it might be right that these are 2, 3, 4, 5 with a double 1 pair there. Now, is there a problem? Yes, there is a problem with those both being 1s. You can't find anywhere to put 1 in the central box. Right, so they're not both 1s. That means it's impossible to conjure this group adding up to 13 or 14 without a 1. So there is a 1 in that group. That means the minimum for these two includes one cell that's not a 1. And since the minimum for this group, I think, is 13, and that's assuming a 7 here, that must be what's going on. 13 there. This is now a 1, 2 pair. I don't know which way round they go, but I know they add up to 3. So yeah, these will add up to 13. Let me just check the maths on this. 20 plus 8, 28 plus those two, 36. That is right. This can't be 0, 8 or 1, 7. So it's either 6, 2 or 5, 3. Now, can I not really get a handle on these? I know this is a 1, 2 pair. Okay, so I can put 4 in this row. I didn't realise that was going to happen. This is 1, 2 or 3. Now that's getting a little interesting. This pair adds up to 6 or 7, as does this one. One of them has to have a 1 in. Oh, one of them has to have a 6 in, so the 6 goes with a 1. So there's a 1, 6 pair together somewhere here. Yes, because something has to have a 6 in. One of these two dominoes has to have a 6 in, and it can't have a 0. So it can only add up to 7. So it uses... Oh no, that could be the 6. So I'm talking absolute tripe again. 6, 2 there. And then we have to put a 1, 5 and a 3, 4 pair in. Ah! I'm not thinking clearly about something here. I wonder what it is. Is it down here? Ooh, if that was a 6, this forms a 1, 2, 3 triple. Yeah, that would bust this. There'd have to be a 6 here with a number that was higher than 0, 1, 2 or 3. That's totally impossible. So this isn't a 6. Now I suspect that doesn't work for 7 or 8 because I can't limit these as totally. Okay, maybe that's the thing to think about. With 1 or 2 there, how small can these possibly be? Surely there is a 1 or 2. Now the only way there isn't a 1 or 2 here is if this is a 3, 4 pair. Then that's 6, 2. That's 1, 5. Oh, this does work. So that could be a 3, 4 pair. Otherwise, it has the third number of 1, 2, 3 in it in the column, and this is from 4, 5 or 6 then. That seems to work too. Oh look, oh my goodness. Scanning like a complete stormtrooper today. I do apologise. 7 has, ever since I got that, it's been looking across at that and I've been ignoring it. 6 there, 7 there. I mean, maybe that does nothing anyway, but it's annoying to totally miss it. That's 1 or 3 by Sudoku. Now 6 there means that's not a 6. They don't have a 6. I don't... If they had a 6, that would be a 6, 1 pair with a 2 there and a 3 there and a 4, 5 down here. That's possible. Oh, 7's looking at that as well. The stormtrooper scanning goes on. That's 1, 2 or 3 just by Sudoku. Now, what is this is higher then. Has to be at least 4 because it couldn't be 2, 3, 3. So that's at least 4 now. 4 or 5. Can't be 6 because of that. I don't think this is getting me there. Now, if that was 3, 5, that would be a 4. This would have to be 6, 1. Yeah, it's all right. Everything I do does seem to just about work in a very frustrating manner. This is not 1, 3 or 4. I suppose in the rest of this column, these are all from 0, 1, 3, 4 or 5. That one can't be 0. Now, does that mean this can't be 7 in some way? I don't think so. 5, 6, 0, 4, 8. These are from 1, 2, 3, 7. I mean, I think I knew that before. There's definitely a 7 amongst them. Oh, goodness. Is it still this that I can't get a handle on? This has to have a 1 on, doesn't it? Now, did I establish that the 1 couldn't be here? Yes, this either has a 1, 2 or 3 on it. Even 3, 4 is one of 1, 2 or 3. So this is at least 4. Well, that's getting quite interesting. Now, these can't be more than 1, 2 or 1, 3. Isn't that right? If this is at least 4 and that's at most 8, yeah. They could just be 1, 3, but it's a bit more likely that they're 1, 2. They definitely include a 1. That can't be 3. We've got a 1, 2 pair in this row. We still need a 7 and an 8 in this row, and that's quite interesting. I don't think 7 or 8, or maybe 7 could be there with a 1 there and a 0 there. Otherwise, 7 and 8 would have to be a pair there, and I'd know that was a 7 and that was an 8, and that would look a bit useful. But it doesn't. I think I'm going to have to break the video here, sorry, because of that timer going off. And that serves me right for trying something under time pressure and not thinking it might matter. Yeah, I'll break off for now, but I'll see you again shortly. Right, that quick break lasted longer than the entire video so far, so let's see if I can remember anything about where I was. Sorry about that. Now, we were getting stuck trying to make these. These do have to be different, don't they? Because that's a 1-2 pair, and they're looking at those. So these definitely add up to 13. Yes, I knew that already. Sorry. And this is either a 6-1 pair or that is a 6-2 pair. Now, surely both of those lead to something. If that's a 6-1 pair, we go 2-3, a 4-5 pair down here. If this is a 6-2 pair, then here we have one of these is a 1-5 and the other is a 4-3. I don't know which is which. If that's a 6-2, oh, if that's a 2. Oh, that's interesting. If that's a 2, this is a 1, that's a 2. So I need to colour these 1s perhaps. Let's get rid of the colouring I've got at the moment. Don't need any of that. Let's colour the 1s and 2s, purple and green. Green. I don't have many of these, but I've got a few, and they all have to be different. Now, if that was a 2, it's purple because it can't be green. The annoying thing is, I was hoping that would maybe say there's no 6 anywhere here, but it doesn't do that. It puts the 6 there. But then if that's a 2 and purple, then this is a 1. And then the 5-1 has to be here. So if it's not a 2, it's a 5. So 5 is always in one of these two cells. I think that works. If that's a 2, green is 1. And then this can't be the 5-1 pair that we would need because there's a 2-6 pair. So 5 would have to be here. So 5 is always in one of those two cells in box 1. That means it's always in one of these two. Now that's not necessarily the interesting thing. I think the interesting thing is that there's no 5 on this arrow, or particularly in this cell. Is that interesting? Maybe it's not. 5-3 there would make this 4-2 it would have to be. Now green would be 2 and purple would be 1. So 5-3, 4-2, this becomes a 1-6 pair, whereas 2-6-5-1, this is a 4-3 pair. So this is either 1-6 or 4-3. Oh, well look, 2 only has 2 positions in the box, and only that is a 1-2 pair in fact. So it's only got 2 positions in this box. They're both in rows 1 and 3. So the 2 in this row is in one of those two cells. I'm sure that's not going to help anything. I hope this isn't just Stormtrooper scanning still going on after a break. I mean, there's every chance it is. But that's disappointing if that's the case. Zeros. Have I done everything I can? Maybe I need to think more about this arrow. I just haven't really got anywhere with it. I suppose it can't have a 1 and a 3 on it. Is that of any interest? Stops it being 1, 3, 4, making 8. But there are so many other ways to make an 8, given the 0 possibilities. got a 7-8 pair in the bottom row. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm really getting a bit bogged down now, and that's, as I say, even with the break having occurred, maybe more so because of the break, that can happen. One of those is purple. That's not interesting. Let's keep thinking about this being either, if this is 1-6, then we go 2-3, then that's a 4-5 pair. If this is 3-4, we go 2-1, and this is a 5-6 pair. So this is from 4, 5, and 6, and definitely has a 5. Doesn't have to have a 6 though, which would make an interesting X-wing. Oh, that can't be. Oh, no, I knew that couldn't be 4 for various reasons. This is either a 5-2 or a 5-4 pair. 806. So we need a 7. In this column, oh no, 7 could be there. Oh, good grief! It shouldn't be this hard, should it? It doesn't have the feeling of a puzzle that has a really vicious step at this point. So I think it's just me. But I do need to find what it is, don't I? Okay, this arrow, if that can't be a 6, can it? No, it would need at least a 1 and a 2 here, and that would bust that. So it's either, if that's a 3, that's a 4, and that's a 1. Otherwise, this is a 1-2 pair, which does leave the field open for these two. Oh, goodness, this is frustrating. If that's a 1-6 pair, yeah, it works because it's purple, obviously. Oh, something in the cross rows come to my rescue. This row seemed quite interesting for a while, but I don't know what to do with it. Doesn't that have to be 1 or 2? What were the possibilities here? This was 2-6, then this becomes a 5. Then purple is the 2, so that's a 1, and this is a 2. Yeah, that's possible. So if that's 2-6, this is... Oh, this can't be a 2. It breaks if this is 2-6. If this is 2-6, because that's different from that, purple is 2, so green is 1, and this has become the only place for 5, but you can't put another 2 there if you've got a 2 there to make the 8 total. So that doesn't work. Now, am I absolutely sure that this was either 1-6 or 4-3 if this is a 2? If this is 2-6, why couldn't... So purple is 2, so that's a 2. Why couldn't this be 5-1 and this be 3-4? Was that 5-1, 2-3? See, I might have... I thought I had worked that out, but I'm not absolutely certain now. I'm going to take those out. Why did I think this had to be 5 in one of those two positions? That's the key thing. If this was 2-6... So purple is 2. I think I may have worked that out the wrong way around. That's incredibly frustrating. So is that pencil marking even wrong? Okay, I'm going to go back to where I was before I decided that. Sorry. Oh gosh, yes, I had all this stuff. Right, so then I started pencil marking the 1s and 2s. Let's leave that in. Yes, I haven't decided those are definitely 5s at the moment. So if this is 2, purple is 2, that's a 2. And that's a 6. This will have to become the 5-1, so that can be 4-3. Which way round does it go? Is this pencil marking right? Yes, I worked that out from the maximum there was 3 and 2, and then that couldn't be another 3, so it has to be 4 or 5. So that is correct at least. This C's 0, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's right. So if this was 5, 3, that's a 4. Then these both have to be 2s. And green is 2 in this situation. 2, 4, 2 on the arrow. So if that's 5, 3, 4, 2, then we have 1, 6 here. But if it's 2, 5, I think this is 4, 3. Hang on, what? No, if that's 2, 6, it's 4, 3, we have 1, 5. If it's 5, 3, we have 4, 2. And this is 1, 6. So the 1 is always here. That does seem to work this time. I think my earlier pencil marking was wrong. So 2, 6 here makes purple into 2. No, it makes green into 1. That's, yeah, well, it does. It makes green into 1. Oh no, so then this won't go 2, 4, 2. Okay, so no, I'm confusing myself again. 2, 6 here makes purple into 2. So that then has to be a pair that adds to 6 without a 2. So that is 5, 1, and this is 4, 3. So let's just corner mark that. 2, 6 there gives us 1, 5, and 4, 3. However, if this is 5, 3, that is a 4, at which point green becomes 2, because that has to be 2, 4, 2. So this becomes 1, 6. So this is either 1, 5 or 1, 6. That is accurate. And there, let's take out the corner marks and instead insert a corner mark to show there is definitely a 1 in one of those two cells. And this is a 2. Green is 2. There we go. Whew! That wasn't that hard. I don't know why I've sweated so much blood over it. Now, that hasn't... Yes, it has. This now has to be 2, 2, 4. Yes, it does. Right, that makes this 5, 3. That makes this 1, 6. I think we're there now. I think we're really going to coast home, weirdly. I mean, maybe there's still some work to be done with these two bottom arrows, but... Wow, made a pig's ear of that. 3 and 5 there. That can't be 3. Neither of these can be 2. Neither of them can be 1. That's the more important thing to spot. 4, 3 there. This can't be 3 or 5. This can't be 3 or 4. Okay, possibilities limited. Now, 4 or... Oh no, this can't be a 2. So that's a 1 now. This isn't. It hasn't told me what they are quite. 1, 6, no, it hasn't. That says that this is a 7 though. This is a 2, 3, 7 triple, so that's an 8. This is 6. No, still possibilities. That makes this a 7 though, and this not a 7. 7 goes there. That's an 8. This can't be 7 on the arrow, so that's 7. What about 8? 8 can't be on the arrow. 8's there. 8's there. 8, 7. So many ways to do this in, and I just don't know these combinations with 0. Just can't rely on 7 being 1, 2, 4 again. 2, 1 have been resolved there. 7, 2, 3, 8. So that's 0 or 4 by Sudoku. And this is 0, 2, 4 or 6, which is a wide range of even possibilities. But if they're both even and we're coming to 7, that's 1 or 3. That gives us a pair. 2, 3. This can't be 1 or 3 anymore. I've got a 0, 4, 5 triple. That's quite interesting. I don't think... Oh no, it could be 6 here. It's either 6, 0, 1 or 2, 4, 1. Whichever way round that works, I get a 1 there. Fascinating. Actually, I could have seen that there was only one place for 3 in this column, and I didn't. 2 and 6 there. Right, now we are going to finish. This is the arrow, gives me 5 and 4 there. I suspect that was to clean up a deadly pattern of 5 4s, but I don't know that for sure yet. But the 1 takes out 3 1. That's a naked 4 1 0 4 0. Yes, there was a potential deadly pattern, so that might have been what the arrow in box 7 was there for. But we've used it for more than that, so maybe it was doing double duty. 6 7 and finally 6 1. Wow, that's taken a long time. Not that long, luckily, but you will see how long in the video. But it's a very clever puzzle. Constantly had bits in it that needed rethinking. I think a lot of people have beaten my time today, and well done if you did. That's fine by me. But thank you very much, as always, for watching us on the channel. I hope to see you again soon, and I'll say bye for now.